All right, we're back. Tasty Crypto Show. My name is Ryan Grace. With me today, Shelley Van. Shelley, what's up?
Hello, hello. Good to be here. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
How you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited for today's show. We've got some fun stuff coming up.
And you've got your, I was going to say tie-dye, but it's more a rainbow.
Can I
Multicolored hoodie on today.
Do you remember Hypercolor?
No.
I'm older than you.
I don't know, not by much.
In the 80s, maybe, you could breathe on it. And
Oh, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. So it's not Hypercolor, but
okay,
kind of along the vibe.
Well, Jose is here. It's Tasty Crypto Hour. Get over to the Tasty Live YouTube channel so that you can type some crazy shit into the chat. CM, Lone Sophos, Gapper, Jose, Big Deal Donuts, Laura, T-Bon 5 _Zebra. What's going on?
Hello, everyone.
You have a question for the chat?
My mind blanked, but I want to know favorite cookies.
Favorite cookies? Mm-hmm. All right.
Are you a cookie guy?
I am a cookie guy. This is just a really hard question for me because all the cookies are tasty. Right now, I guess what comes to mind, Oreos, but all Girl Scout cookies. I love to microwave the crappy Chips Ahoy, home-baked cookies, everything. I've never met a cookie I didn't like, even a burnt cookie.
Chips Ahoy?
Yeah, put a little peanut butter on it. Never done that?
No.
They soften up only for a moment, though, and then they go right back to their initial form. So you got to eat them quickly.
You don't just get the chewy Chips Ahoy?
No, you could do that, but they're different. Yeah.
Okay.
When you hit it with the microwaves,
science
changes things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, respect.
Yeah, we got coconut sugar snickerdoodle.
Ooh, snickerdoodle.
Oatmeal raisin. All right. Well, before this gets any weirder, Shelley, let's talk a little bit about crypto markets. I also want to know if people are bullish or bearish here because we put out an email today. If you don't get the Tasty Crypto email, do yourself a favor, get over to tastycrypto.com and sign up for it. We sent an email on Saturday morning, and that's a little bit more of like a long form kind of essay style thing that we put out. But on Wednesdays, we sent out our market update, and I titled the subject Short-Term Bearish because we haven't been trading very well. A little bit of a recovery off of those liquidation lows from Monday, but it's weak out there, if I will say.
Hurts a little bit to look at the things.
Yeah, let's jump into our dashboard here. We'll jump over to the slides and just take a look at some updated prices. I've got Bitcoin a little bit lower than our price here, but about 97,000, obviously under that 100K level everybody likes to look at. Red across the board here on a weekly basis. We track those exponential moving averages and derive signals from them to get a sense of whether price momentum over various time frames, daily, weekly, or monthly, is bullish or bearish. And we started to see some of this break down. ETH has been pretty bearish on a daily basis when you look at that short-term momentum over maybe the last couple of weeks, but you're seeing it elsewhere in Bitcoin, which may be a little bit of a warning sign. Obviously, the alts have been hit pretty hard, but seeing this in BTC, and you're starting to see with ETH that weekly momentum move from bullish to neutral territory. Obviously, we continue to go down. You're going to get into that bearish territory. That is my sign where I start to really rethink this. We're not there yet, but you need to trade the market in front of you, regardless of whether you think, okay, 250,000, a million in 2030 doesn't matter. This could correct further very quickly, and it might be necessary for that, for the market to continue to move higher over time. But it's looking a lot weaker again. So not so much like a warning. I'm not saying, hey, we're bearish or anything like that. But in my opinion, you want to pay attention to the price signals. It's always worked pretty well for me. And yeah, it just is not trading as well as it has been. Kind of a little bit of a tricky situation here, but I would be on the lookout for, any weakness and just trade accordingly.
Smart man.
Well, I don't know about that, but what we're seeing on the screen, the colors are changing.
The colors are changing.
Yeah. Interestingly, implied volatility has come down a bit in both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you can see realized vols everywhere else have exploded. Triple-digit realized vols here. So it's been wild out there over the last couple of days, certainly over the weekend. That said, let's just jump to the next slide here and take a look at those expected moves. Another point to call out, your ranges are starting to signal, at least against where we were over the last couple of weeks, starting to signal lower highs, lower lows in that 1 standard deviation range. With volatility contracting a little bit, you're going to have a smaller range. So the BTC price expected move is closer to 7, whereas before we were closer to 8, even above that. ETH, I think everyone remembers we were looking at $350, $300 expected moves, a bit lower. But just want to call that out. These are the 1 week, 1 standard deviation moves given the implied volatility and the spot price. As implied volatility comes in, those ranges tighten up. As it starts to increase, those ranges are going to widen out. So smaller ranges given the lower implied vol, but the ranges are signaling lower prices should you trade towards the low end of that range. We're no longer right there around the 90s, but you just got to have an 8 handle on it. It gets your attention versus where we were.
So are you adjusting liquidity pools now, or are you starting new ones?
I started a new liquidity pool. Might have been on Sunday night, I think, and then got that pop on Monday. So I readjusted, and this is just ETH USDC. So ETH, popped back up towards 28, 29. I think we're at 27.50 or so right now. Readjusted that second time then on, I don't know if it was Monday evening. So I'm trading around that, but most of my other pools have basically blown out of the range to the downside. So I'm just long ETH at this point. And yeah, it's not trading very well.
Yeah, I have a couple long ETH pools, and I'm thinking I need to start a new one at a lower spread.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm still waiting to get that signal. I'm not short. I think it's tough to short these markets. This could quickly turn around in a second, as we know. But you are seeing more signals that kind of confirm this is not as bullish as maybe it was. That can change in a heartbeat. But yeah, we're just starting to see a little bit more of kind of bearish trading activity. Mm-hmm.
So is that our market update?
That's the market update. Yeah, for now.
All right.
And again, you can see that across the board here. It's not just Bitcoin or ETH. Solana is pricing in a lower range. Same thing with Doge. XRP, we've now added. So we'll continue to update this on a weekly basis. Doge, XRP, and Solana. Hopefully everyone got the email. They're now available to trade at tastytrade.
Whoop, whoop.
So expanded token offering, 7 tokens now available to trade.
So on that, is it time for the Wheel of Crypto?
Let's do it. The Wheel of Crypto. This is your idea. I love it. Introducing a new concept to the show.
Yes. Because while we all love being deep in the weeds with Ryan, sometimes it's fun to speed things up and just get a real quick, first thing that comes to mind. What do you think of with any of the things on this wheel?
Okay.
So I want to give you 30 to 60 seconds to either fast facts, cool experience, horrible experience, what comes to mind? So
okay. Can we go back and forth on this too, so that you spin the wheel as well? I spin, you spin.
That's fair.
We'll see where it lands.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna spin, but this one's you.
I can't see it that well. There we go. Okay, full screen.
Okay, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Digital gold. Is this how the game works?
Yeah.
I just say whatever comes.
Just go, or
You want me to expand on that, or just boom, digital gold is how I think about it.
digital gold, or a quick bullet points. What? Somebody's on the street and they're like, Bitcoin. What do you know?
Okay, versus these other tokens.
No, just Bitcoin in general.
Okay, I think about it as a digital store of value. It's a technology. Digital gold is the way that I think about the use case. What we've historically seen is that this, like many other assets, tends to benefit from central bank activity, liquidity being added to the financial system, government spending, just an increase in the money supply, debasement of fiat currency tends to, on the margin, again, drive Bitcoin and other asset prices higher. And we've seen that Bitcoin has a pretty good track record in terms of returns in those sorts of environments.
When did you initially start buying Bitcoin?
I got into Bitcoin like 2014, 2015,
Ooh, early.
around then. I don't know exactly what the date was. I'll have to go back and look at, I think the first time I ever bought it was in a Coinbase account. So
Okay.
around the time that Coinbase was popping up, I do remember, I mean, it would have been 2014 probably is the first time I heard about Bitcoin and maybe got into it at some point in that year, 2015. And then eventually you got into 2017. You had Solana, you had Ripple, you had Ethereum, not much else. And you had the ICO craze, and then obviously the bubble had popped. But yeah, I bought a little bit here and there. I don't have a great story around got a ton of Bitcoin or anything like that.
Okay. All
from
right.
the early days.
We'll spin her again.
Yeah, I guess you're in control, but this is your spin.
This is my spin.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, Litecoin. Okay, so fast fact maybe, wasn't this created to be like a faster version of Bitcoin, like a lighter version,
Yeah.
less heavy? This was one of the first tokens I ever purchased back 2017, 18.
I've got to ask why.
I will blame my sister, or credit rather than blame.
And not like it's not like it's so bad.
Right.
Why did you buy Litecoin? But yeah, you have Bitcoin. You're learning about these things. What was interesting to you about Litecoin?
I think it was my sister who was like, "This one makes sense. There's utility. It's because I'm degen to the core. I'm like, why is it fun?" So she's like, "No, you need something smarter, and you should have it." So that's why I have it. But I recently looked, and it was in like an Uphold wallet, or I think I have a little bit in Uphold, a little bit on Robinhood, because I have many, many, many wallets.
Diversified across counterparties, right?
Yep.
You need to minimize the counterparty risk. I get it.
So yeah. All right.
Okay.
Again,
Another spin.
another spin. And I have these removing, so we won't get duplicates.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Ryan, have you had pistachio ice cream yet?
No.
You have.
I've
You had
never
one job
Pistachio ice cream.
over the weekend.
No. We'll get there eventually.
You will. It's funny when we had asked about this a couple of weeks ago, I ate an entire pint of pistachio ice cream. So you're welcome.
That's impressive.
Oh, yeah. Challenge accepted. I'll do it again. So what is your favorite flavor? Did we go over this?
No, but I tend to, this might be weird for some people, but I tend to gravitate towards mint. I like mint chocolate chip.
Okay.
Variations of that. There's a few others. You got the chocolate chips, you got the little cookie crumbles in there, but I'm a sucker for the mint flavored ice cream.
Okay. I can get down
I like
with it.
thin mints too, going back to cookies.
All right. Thin mints and mint ice cream. All right, back to me. Oh, and Rustan's here. Hello. That
What
hoodie.
up, Rustan?
Yes, this is a shout out to Dr. Drip. He is an amazing 3D designer, and I have a feeling we'll hear more about him. Wink, wink.
We also got CM up in here. We did not call out CM earlier, I don't believe.
CM. Ooh, XRP. Is this one mine or yours?
I think it's me. Did you get ice cream? I don't know. It can be both of ours here. Ripple. So we've got to call out the fact that this was recently added as of, I believe, yesterday afternoon to the tastytrade platform. This is one where I struggle to understand how to think about it, given where the market cap's at. I get the potential institutional use cases. There's a couple different components to Ripple and the ecosystem that are interesting. Not that it needs to have this, but there's, in my opinion, not a lot of fundamental data that supports its valuation relative to where, let's say, Ethereum is. But that doesn't matter. I think a lot of times what works in crypto is just to trade the narrative. And so going back to Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash, it's less interesting to me because I guess, given what I'm aware of, there's not as much of a narrative surrounding it as there is Ripple at this point in time. And you look at Ripple's price performance, it's down this week like everything else, but it's up 300% in the last month, which has people's attention. We know that there's been some significant donations from Ripple to the president. And so, you have to take that right or wrong into consideration that it might play a role in a digital asset stockpile or whatever else we do here in the U.S. In the crypto space, at least kind of from the government's perspective and how it might pertain to regulation. And so I think you have to be aware of that, but I don't use Ripple for anything. I don't own Ripple either.
Oh, you don't?
But okay. I think for a lot of people, look at the chart. Huge trade. Bought it at 50. It instantly went to 3. You've pulled back a little bit here, but it seems to be trading better than some of the other alts that are out there.
Yeah. I had a little bag of Ripple from back in the day, and I looked, and I was like, oh, I got in at 71 cents. That was a nice little surprise to see.
Are you still in it, or did you trade out of it?
I'm still in it.
Okay.
So
what's the plan then, sticking with Ripple? Because I'm not in it. I don't really know how to think about it. I try to, again, I don't know if this is the right approach, but try to understand, are there users? What's the use case? And I get that this can be used by institutions for cross-border payments. There's a decentralized blockchain as well. They just launched a stable coin. You've got the real-world asset angle to this in some ways. But I don't see any data that supports it in the same way that, what the TVL on Ethereum is at 60 billion. There's some real users there. So how do you think about this trade? Is there a price where, from a market cap perspective or from just simply, it's up at $5 now, I'm getting out of this? Like, do you have a target, or how do you trade it?
I should have an answer, but I really don't. It's kind of a wait and see. I watch the news. I will probably make a knee-jerk decision to sell half at some point and then just have not really a moon bag, because I don't think of these types of coins the same way I do something like memes, where it's like anything can happen, this thing can go crazy. That said, it could for any of these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this weird world we live in. But yeah, I'll probably sell half when it goes up again, a little more than it is now. And then, yeah. NFA, all the things, DYOR. All right, we're going to spin this and...
Another spin. Diamond Hands, says Richard Todd, I think in reference to XRP.
Mm-hmm. Cookies. We did cookies.
Yeah, we did cookies.
All
We're
right.
going to spin again.
Reroll.
We're going to run out of categories here in a second.
No way.
ETH.
ETH's
been so trashy. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. How do you think about ETH in the spin?
Is it mine?
I think so. Yeah, I was Ripple.
Oh, okay. ETH has such a special place in my heart because I was, using Ethereum-based products since the very beginning, largely NFTs and things like that. And maybe, actually, can you pull up your browser so that we can share something on screen? I want to show the people, if they've never seen this, go to txcity.io.
txcity.io.
Yep. And then you can launch.
This is the right place to go? Because this looks like a website that you get when you type in the wrong URL.
No, I promise. It's okay.
Launch?
Yep.
All right, we're launching, ladies and gentlemen.
Be brave.
All right, you got to walk me through this.
Okay.
These are South Park characters.
They are South Park characters.
Okay.
Because in Web3, we are all degens. So this is a visual representation of what's happening on the Ethereum blockchain. And I think you have Bitcoin on the other side.
Yeah, we got Bitcoin on the right, Ethereum on the left here.
So this is how the blockchain works. This is such a great visual of all these little characters represent actual transactions that are in line to be processed on chain. Okay, so each
I like this.
Each bus is like a block that's going to clear.
On these little buses.
Yeah, and so as they fill up, it clears, whoosh, and the transaction is through. So you can click on any one of these. Go ahead and click on a character. Find a funny one.
This one.
Okay, click on him. And then you can go to that transaction hash.
Oh, got on the bus.
So click on the link, the hash. I can't see your screen. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, so if you scroll down, you can see what that transaction was.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is how public the blockchain is.
Oh, absolutely.
You could sit here all day and just stalk what people are doing. And the size of the character is relative to the size of the transaction. So when you see like a giant one go through, it's like, whoa, what's that guy doing?
This is cool. It's a view into real-time activity. I love the
Exactly.
visualization of it.
And so if you scroll down, you'll see that these are the people that have a low priority because their fees are lower. So for new people that aren't used to using the blockchain, this is how you can pay to get to the front of the line and get your transaction through faster. And if you scroll down even farther, you can see, like, look how active these chains are.
Can we take a look at another chain that maybe is not as active so we can get a sense of general activity?
So you can pull down.
Because we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum. Clearly, there's a bit of some users.
Right. So go to Litecoin. Pick if you select Ethereum at the top. Oh, there you go. So just a couple little guys over on the
Not many buses on the
not many
Litecoin
buses.
side of the road here. Okay, this is cool. Well, anybody that wants to check this out, TX, I'm assuming is short for Transaction City, txcity.io. Launch that thing, and you can get a real-time view as to what's going on chain. Is this what you base your trades off of? Like, that bus is fully loaded. Put it in the bag.
No, but when I was initially learning all this stuff, I was like, I'm a very visual person, so this was very helpful to understand and also entertaining. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah, that's cool to see.
And if you look at the left, you can see where they're coming from. Like, there's Uniswap and I can't.
Oh, got you over here, all the way on the left-hand side. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, very fun. All right, do we have another? Spin?
We can go back to the wheel. We can run through some charts. We can talk about whatever the chat wants.
Wheel.
It's up to you. Let's do the wheel.
Okay. USDT, Tether. That's all you. You got nothing?
I just think of it as like the best business around. I don't know what the exact number is. I'm going to butcher this, but I want to say it was like 14 billion in profit and they have 30 employees, or it's the other way around, like 30 billion in profit and they have 14 employees.
Wow.
Or those numbers are just wildly off, but
Okay.
it's just ridiculously profitable given what this business is. I think that changes in terms of there being more competition, possibly from banks. But to this point, if you're Circle or you're Tether here, fantastic businesses. Mm-hmm. When you think about generating yield based on U.S. Treasury collateral or investments, and then minting stablecoins on chain, you're generating that yield. It's not really being passed through in many ways to the end user, but the company benefits from that. So it's a business that works really well when you have interest rates 4 to 5%. A little bit different, obviously, in terms of profitability when interest rates are at the zero bound. But in this environment over the last year or so, last 2 years, it's been extremely profitable. And you've only seen the adoption of stable coins grow. I think the stablecoin market cap on chain, you can actually double check this on DeFi Llama, but I want to say we're at 200 billion in stablecoin market cap, somewhere around there. I can find.
Have you used Tether?
Not recently. I mean, at points in the past, but more so, I've probably just used USDC.
Okay.
Yeah, I got total stablecoin market cap at 220.6 billion right now. Tether is the biggest stablecoin by market cap. I'm sure anyone watching this, knows that. 64% dominance in the market right now. And that's against USDC. Mm-hmm. PayPal stablecoin, PYUSD, many others that have been launched. But if you go to DeFi Llama or CoinMarketCap, any of these resources will give you a good sense of the different stablecoin markets. Yeah, here we have that up on the screen right now. So there's Tether, there's USDC right underneath it.
We've got a couple of questions in chat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
We're done
see.
with the wheel.
We're maybe not done.
Now we got a couple minutes.
This site, the South Park characters, it's T as in Tom, X, like X-ray, city.io. oh, this would be a funny drinking game with them talking crypto? Meaning me and Ryan or the funny characters on South Park? But
you guys aren't drinking. I mean, we're not, but I'm surprised.
Are they?
Everyone else isn't.
Plot twist. All right, let's see. Do we have one more? I'm hoping for that. Ooh, I want you to take this one because I'm not super familiar with Bitcoin Cash.
I'm not either. I mean, I'm familiar with it.
Right.
In that, I believe, hard fork of Bitcoin early on. I don't exactly remember the details around kind of the drama at the time. But this gets back to my earlier point around Litecoin. I'm sure there's people that trade it well. It's wildly volatile at times, so it's going to present some opportunities. I'm just less interested in it because there isn't that same narrative surrounding it that exists around ETH or Solana. So with limited capital, obviously, you have to pick and choose. And this just isn't something that's really caught my attention. But you can trade it through tastytrade. Again, there's potentially opportunities at times. It can be very, very volatile. To give everybody a sense of that, I've got a Bitcoin cash volatility of 85% is the realized vol. And yeah, we don't have the expect to move up here. But yeah, this is very volatile versus, let's say, Bitcoin. Bitcoin realized vol is going to be about half of that right now.
I just pulled it up on Transaction City, and there's one guy on the bus.
Yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion around it. I don't really trade it much myself.
Okay.
What about you?
No.
You over there slinging Bitcoin cash left and right?
No.
Okay.
I'm just hoarding Bitcoin as much as I can possibly. Dollar cost average my way in.
Gapper X BCH still exists? It's a great question. Yes, I think the answer is yes.
I think it's yes. Okay, we just rolled cake versus pie.
Another tough one. Hit me with the real hard questions here today. Pie.
Yeah.
Mississippi mud pie. I don't know if anybody knows what that is.
What is that?
It's the best pie. It's like a coffee ice cream, coffee base sort of thing. It's got hot fudge and whipped cream on top of it, and then it's got an Oreo crust. So you get your cookie element, and then you've got the coffee ice cream, which goes very, very well with like some homemade fudge and a little whipped cream on top.
Who makes this?
I've had it a couple of places, but the best spot is this restaurant in my hometown called the Beef and Barrel.
Beef and Barrel?
That's the name of it.
Beef and Barrel. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Best mud pie in the world.
Mud pie.
Yeah, not just the country, whole world.
Whole world.
Mississippi mud pie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, see, Ben knows what's up. Mississippi mud pie is life.
It's so much excitement. Lone Sofa's called it. Ryan is going to pick pie.
Hell yeah. What about you? Where are we at?
Oh man, I'm gluten-free now, so the options are slim.
I'm sorry.
I know, me too. R.I.P. to gluten in my life, but before I
Is there gluten in ice cream?
Not all
You
of
have
them.
ice cream cake.
You
could have this Mississippi mud pie, I think.
sans Oreos,
Okay.
unless they're gluten-free Oreos.
Gluten-free Oreo crust.
Which we had in the office, and I did some damage because I couldn't resist. But my aunt used to make a pistachio cake. Again, with the pistachios, I didn't even recognize that I have a thing. But this pistachio cake was chef's kiss. So good. Because it's like not super duper sweet.
Okay.
And good texture. Yeah. And an icing. The icing game was on good. Yep.
Pistachio and Oreos. That's the theme of today's show. I like it. It is Tasty Live.
Yep.
Shelley, we are out of time. I love this new segment. We've got to bring it back. We're going to expand on this. And I think you're going to see this as part of the new content that's upcoming in a couple weeks, too. We're going to launch a new show with Shelley at the helm. So looking forward to that. But that's going to do it for our show. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't signed up for the Tasty Crypto email, get over to tastycrypto.com. You can sign up on the homepage. I think it's worth entering your email address for.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. But Thank you all for watching. Shelley, thanks for joining. I will be back on Monday with Wizard Katie, or Jedi Katie now, as she's known around the office. Shelley will be back with me on Wednesday. But until then, I'm Ryan.
I'm Shelley.
Peace.